Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Do me a huge favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button before we get started. And go ahead and click that notification bell too, so you'll be able to know when I post new videos. So remember the last cup that I did, the fall tumbler, this one right here. This got a lot of attention on my Facebook page. I think it's beautiful. This one is actually mine. I made one for myself. I'm going to take that cup and turn it into a couple of coasters. These can go in your home, your office, wherever you want to put them. These are actually ceramic tiles. I believe you can get these at Lowe's for maybe like 75 cents or something for one of them. I actually found a guy on Facebook Marketplace. He just tore out like a bunch of tile in his basement and was selling them. And so I went to his house and bought like a ton of them. And so we are going to do the exact same thing to these coasters, or tiles, coasters, that we did for that fall tumbler. So right now I'm just picking off, it's got this on the back, and I'm trying to peel it off from the edges so it's not seen. Alright, so what I'm going to do first, just like I did with the fall cup, I'm going to base paint these, and this is what I used. It is Salted Caramel from Rust-Oleum. I'm going to give these a quick base coat, and I'll be back to do the glitter. Alright, so just like the other fall tumbler that I did, I'm using the same glitters. This is Sands of Time from the glitter guy. It looks like I have just enough to do these coasters, and I'll have to order some more. This is Pumpkin Spice mixed with a burgundy I got from Walmart. It was really, really bright orange, and I wanted to keep some of the orange but tone it down a little bit, so I mixed those together. I'm going to try and do the same tilt method with these that I do for my tumblers when I do glitter ombres. So it's probably going to be messy, but it'll be totally worth it because this is going to be really beautiful. I'm probably going to keep them. I won't sell them because I love anything fall. Just gonna do one at a time here. I'm gonna start with top color like I do with glitter or with tumblers. I'm really trying to think the same way here. It's just a little difficult. So do the top a little bit here. And then try and do the same tilt method that I do with tumblers. The more tilt you give it, the less control you have, and the further down your glitter is going to go. You can see where it naturally starts to fade out. That's why I love the tilt method so much, because it takes a lot of the work out of making an ombre. And this Mod Podge is drying insanely fast. I'm going to try and work insanely fast. Alright, and there we have our first ombre. It doesn't look too bad. This is the first time I've ever done a glitter ombre on anything other than a tumbler. Kind of awkward to hold, but it works. So I'm going to do the same process here. I think coasters are really cute to have in the home. I have some that, I have coasters, but I don't actually use them. You know how you have like decorative towels or decorative plates that you have and they're gorgeous but you don't actually use them? Those are coasters in my home. My grandma-in-law, I guess you say, made them for all of the grandkids for Christmas last year, and she did an absolutely gorgeous job on them, so I haven't actually used them. I just have them sitting on, actually they're on my fireplace, my mantle. Trying to tap off that excess glitter without ruining the coaster. Might be able to make another set. Glitter goes a really long way. I've been doing this for a year and I still have yet to figure that out, but you don't need as much glitter as you think. That dried so fast over there, look at that. I gotta touch that up. Alright, and there's our second ombre. I'm going to try and make it a little more even on some parts. A little different than doing it on a tumbler, but whenever we get the tree and the leaves on there, it's going to look really, really beautiful. And when that Mod Podge dries, you won't see so many streaks. So I'm going to let that Mod Podge dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to spray with my sealant, and then put epoxy over these and come back tomorrow and do the next step. Alright, so it's the next day. These are completely cured. I sanded them down, treat them just like a tumbler, so they are nice and smooth. This is the same tree image that I use for the cup. I'm going to put it on the coasters. I believe the height, I did 3.25, and then it automatically made the width 3.08. So now I'm just going to get the trees put onto the coasters. Just like I would the tumbler. Sorry if it sounds like it's really staticky. I'm in a metal shed and it's raining pretty hard where I live right now. So I'm trying to get this as centered as possible. Take it off very, very slowly because all of those little limbs are very, very thin, so they will pull up. So there's one. That rain is really coming down. I'm sorry if it's super loud. I feel like everything's a lot louder on camera. Alright, so if you haven't watched the cup tutorial that I did on this, and this will be completely new to you, I am using Colors of the Wind by the Glitter Guy. These are leaf-shaped glitters. They are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to start by taking just a little bit of Mod Podge here and putting just a dab on a few branches at a time. And let me get this little tool out that I use. I got this tool on Amazon. These are like off-brand Cricut tools, but it comes in handy. But I use it. I just barely tap it in some Mod Podge, so I'm able to pick up a leaf and place it on there. These are very, very difficult to just pick up with your hand and put exactly where you need to put it. Especially now, since we're working with such a tiny little canvas, it does make it a lot harder. So this tool definitely comes in handy. Now on to a few other spaces, and I might end up skipping a couple branches. Unlike the tumbler, I put a leaf on every single branch, but like I said, this is a much tinier workspace, and it might look a little better if there's a little bit of space, so I'm not completely cluttering my tree here. This is a little time consuming. I'm not totally sure what I will price these for. But to me, it's totally worth it. I love fall. I love everything about fall. So even if these don't sell, it makes me happy to make. I feel like that's what art is supposed to do. Art is supposed to make you feel happy while you're making it. And that's what this is doing. So I'm totally fine if it does not sell. I'm putting a lot more than a dab on of Mod Podge. But I also get a little bit impatient when I do stuff like this, so I try to rush through it. Sometimes that comes around to bite me in the butt. See how easy it is with this tool to just pick up a piece of glitter and put it on there. This would be like nearly impossible to do with fingers. And I'm also trying to like evenly distribute the colors, because there's gold, like a burnt orange, and then red. So I'm trying not to put like a cluster of red here and a cluster of yellow over there. I'm trying to put all of the colors on there. I think I could put one right there. And I'm also trying to put the leaves on the branch as if they would be in real life. So like I'm trying to put the stem of the leaf on the end of the branch, if that makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't always work because, like I said, these things are so tiny, kind of hard to work with. There we go. Alright, so that is what we have with it so far. Ignore the big glob of Mod Podge over there. So now I'm going to coat the bottom here, and I'm going to cover up just a little bit of the base of the tree. And I'm going to make a pile of leaves down here. Not everything is going to stick, and that's fine. So as long as you have a pile down here to work with. See, like that's totally fine. So now I'm going to put a dab, just a couple. This is a lot harder to do than the cup, and I'm just going to make it look like that there are some leaves that are falling down into that pile from the tree. Shaped glitter is difficult to work with. It doesn't stick as well as your normal fine or chunky glitters. Alright, so that's what we have for this coaster. Very, very similar to the cup, but in coaster form. So now I'm going to let that Mod Podge dry while I'm working on this other coaster here, and then I will seal it the same thing that I seal my tumblers with, and put epoxy on it. I'll epoxy it until it is smooth. It might take a couple coats, and that is it. Oh, and also I have these that I got from Amazon. These are little pieces of corkboard, and they have a backing on them. You peel it off and it's sticky, and I put them on the bottom of these coasters so they're not as hard. They have kind of a cushion when you lay them down, so it won't like damage any end tables or anything like that. So now that is it. I'm going to seal and epoxy this. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.